3, 2.
Anyway, how did you recognize me in disguise?
I never forget a lady.
So there's something you like about me.
Zeitgeist Zealots.
Yeah, you got a great butt.
Hey everyone, welcome to Zeitgeist Zealots. I'm Forrest.
I'm Major.
Matt.
And I'm Spencer.
So today we're going to talk about the first 3 episodes of Creature Commandos. I think 4 came out, but not everyone's seen that one.
Right.
And I don't know. I know Major's seen it.
The Superman trailer too. You want to?
Oh yeah.
Is this a James Gunn episode?
Let's fire the gun.
Let's fire. Oh, I don't think you can say Gunn. I think YouTube's going to take us down now.
No. It's Gunn with 2 N's.
It's YouTube. No, we're talking about James Pew Pew. James Pew Pew.
No.
That's hilarious. I love censorship.
Is that why?
Isn't that great?
Oh, is that what that one girl who said like someone brought a pew pew to the Trump rally and missed?
Yes. Yeah, that's
because you can't say gun. Oh,
yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah, that'll get your video shut down in the algorithm real quick.
Oh, well, it's gun with 2 N's, so it's a different word altogether.
You'd hope. We can pray. But yeah, I'll tell you what, AI revolution's not coming tomorrow. They're not that smart.
So,
what do you think about the trailer?
I mean, it was
a lot. It was a lot. It doesn't seem like a Superman movie. I think I saw Mr. Terrific in there. I know I saw Mr. Terrific.
And Green Lantern.
So not a Superman movie. This seems like...
And a kaiju for some reason.
And Lois Lane. He's not doing anything about the kaiju. See, Ryan Arey on Screen Crush, I used to love him. I mean, I still do, right? Shout out to Ryan. But his shillness has become unwatchable. It's... You watch these YouTubers because you respect them and you want to hear their opinion. But I don't want to hear his opinion anymore, right? Like, when he's just constantly defending the garbage that Disney Hollywood is putting out over and over again. Like, he said in his, thumbnails, this Superman trailer made me cry. I thought this Superman trailer was heartless. I didn't think there was any heart, any emotion in this trailer.
Do you think he's being
Let's
paid?
just say, like, the...
He's being paid?
I think it's more access journalism. Yeah, I think it's more the
He gets to watch all these things early, so that way he can release the YouTube videos on time. Like literally, they drop the second the show is dropped. So I think it's to keep access. He has to play
to ultimately get paid because it's always about money at the end of the day. But I don't think he's getting paid directly through them. I think the access journalism is allowing him to create videos faster than most other YouTube content creators. So when you're searching for it, his is one of the first ones that pop up. And that's how he gets paid. That's how I think. Whereas, this podcast doesn't give a shit about monetization. That's why we're talking about Creature Commandos 3 weeks after it premiered.
Well,
to be fair, it's not much to talk about.
I'll happily blow this trailer. We can get paid for it for giving a show.
Yeah.
I mean, I just
actually
point
love
to it.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about how Marvel Rivals is literally just a reskin, revitalized Overwatch with Marvel heroes, and it's taken off with wild popularity and success.
That's what licensing should
literally
be.
Vampirically stealing the soul of Overwatch and their player base before our very eyes. Overwatch is dying. Marvel Rivals is thriving.
Can I play as Captain Marvel and then can you kill me 1,000,000 times over and over again?
Captain Marvel's not a actually yet, but there's all kinds of characters that you never heard about, like Squirrel Girl.
Yeah,
Squirrel Girl's in there, who's apparently OP. I read a little lore dump on her, and apparently
she beat
in
Thanos.
one universe she kills Thanos.
Yeah. She beats Thanos.
Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl's OP. Yeah, you gotta watch out for Squirrel Girl.
You might want to say that's nuts.
This is kind of high quality puns Spencer's bringing to the podcast. It's good to have you back, buddy.
So yeah, I guess
back to the trailer really quick. Back to the trailer really quick. Did anybody else get upset when they first saw the trailer? Well, you see the trailer start, and I thought it was Planet Express, so I thought it was going to be a Futurama movie, and it's the Daily Planet instead, and it's the newspaper he works at, and it's a Superman movie. So I was really excited. I was like, yay, Futurama again, sweet. No,
does anyone like the costume?
No.
Well, yeah,
No,
it looks
bad.
cheap.
No.
It looks cheap.
I don't like it.
I mean, it's very much the same costume designer from the last Guardians movie, and it looks like they literally just recycled the costume that the Guardian team was wearing and just refashioned that into a Superman costume. It just does not work.
James Gunn can only make Guardian movies.
Lame.
Yeah, well, it's just like he just keeps hiring the same people, and he just needs to like realize that you can't hire the same people for every single movie. You need to like get someone who's. I mean, the person they hired for the Guardians movie was good at designing those costumes, but that doesn't mean that it translates well to a Superman movie.
Right. No.
So it's supposed to look like. I mean, the costume in Man of Steel looked great. It was just didn't have the red trunks, which they made it look more alien, which is cool.
Ooh,
but
do we want to have a 20-minute conversation, debate /
about the trunks?
About the trunks. Do we like Superman with trunks? Superman without trunks?
Yeah, I do.
Let's
do
round table. I want to hear everyone's opinion, especially Matt, because I'm sure it's wrong.
I thought Trunks was from the Dragon Ball universe.
Get out of here! Too many puns. No, all right. Side note: do you guys remember the first time Trunks showed up and cut Frieza in half?
Yeah, I was like, there's gonna be another 40 episodes of Frieza.
God,
yeah,
dude.
You thought so, dude. You thought so, and then
everybody's jaw was on the floor.
It was incredible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
what a time to be alive.
And then Android 19, like the fat guy with the high voice, was like way more powerful than Cyborg Frieza. I was like, this is right.
What's happening here? Oh, the Android.
And when he opened up his head, he had like one of those Apple computers from the 90s.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dr.
Robotics, whatever that guy's
name. Dr. Zero. Dr. Zero.
That's it, yeah. Dr. Robotics is obviously Sonic.
That's Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic 3 just came out. Jim Carrey, that fucking liar, he said he retired and then now he's back to acting.
It's funny, he has yet to make like Ace Ventura 3 or a Dumb and Dumber 3, yet he made a Sonic 3 before, after all those sequels came out. So, and it's finally the first like threequel that Jim Carrey's done, and it's like literally like back to back, like all in the 2020s.
Interesting.
But I mean, they're paying him a lot. This is sort of like his John Wick,
right?
It's sort of like his comeback role.
This is it right here. It's like Harrison Ford just doing all the roles he can.
But yeah, I mean, there's some things I did like about. There are some things I did like about the Superman trailer. I like Lex Luthor. I mean,
Lex
the guy's
good.
name. He looks like Lex Luthor. He's bald. What was that?
You mean James Bond?
What about James Bond?
He looks like James Bond in this.
But he's bald.
He looks like he's not Lex Luthor. He looks like a James Bond.
Oh, okay.
A James Bond villain or James Bond himself?
I would. The way it's shot in the trailer, I thought I was watching a James Bond film, and
I can see that.
Superman film.
Interesting.
And then he punches the glass. Yay! Yeah, I have several comments about the trailer.
Yeah, keep going. I just want to hear them all.
Or what about Hawk Girl?
Yeah,
who the fuck? All. Why are you bringing Hawk Girl into this equation? That's fucking stupid. You're trying to rebuild the DC universe,
Hawk
right?
Tuah girl.
Hawk. God damn it! That's it. That's the key.
I'm so glad she's not cast.
Oh my god! Hey, shout out to Hawk Tuah for having the number 4 podcast in the country with Talk Tuah, game recognized game. But I think we've talked about this before. Just, I mean, not on camera. We haven't.
How sad.
Yeah.
How sad of a state the country is in.
I mean, what a rug pull. Everyone who lost money deserved to lose money. She deserved to get all that money. You get your 15 minutes. You drag that out into.
And she addressed it on the podcast. Like, I'm assuming this is how I picture her addressing it on her podcast.
Days.
Hey, guess what, guys? I got you, bitches. Sucks to suck. And then she just like cuts the feed, rides off in the sunset in her probably like what's something grotesque, like a hot pink Lamborghini, something like that.
No, she'd have like a Jeep.
Absolutely no taste. A G-Wagon. There you go.
So I didn't mean to derail the
podcast.
I didn't mean to
this
derail
podcast is all about
joke.
being derailing. Guys,
you know what? Derailing is that's what Family Guy is popular for. So I'm just saying,
I love it. I want to derail real fast, or maybe I want to rail real fast, depending on her age. Millie Aycock. Do you guys remember her from Game of Thrones, House of Dragons season 1? She's cast to be the new Supergirl. What do you think about that?
I don't care. I mean,
no
good for
thoughts.
her. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like Supergirl is just such an inconsequential character to me. It's like Batgirl, and we all know what happened to Alicia Silverstone's career when she became Batgirl.
Right.
Maybe she'll do better than Alicia Silverstone, but it's just like, I'm like, it's just weird. He's like making. I mean, Superman. Yeah, people want to see a Superman movie, but not with Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, Mr. Terrific, and Metamorpho in it.
That's not a Superman movie. That is a superhero movie starring Superman. That's not
we could all be wrong. We could all be. This could turn out to be amazing.
Superdog or whatever the Superdog's name
Crypto.
is.
Crypto. Yeah.
So,
Oh my goodness. Insert joke about Bitcoin going over $100,000, and then the dog Crypto shows up. We live in a simulation. I'm too lazy to write a joke for it, but we live in a simulation.
Yeah.
So, can I just point out? I don't know if anybody else has the same opinion, but watching the trailer, two things really stood out to me. One is the CGI looks wonky as hell, and two, the lighting in a lot of scenes is off. It is really off and distracting, and it's super like saturated and not like following where it should be coming from.
They're like trying not to do Man of Steel again. They're trying not
just
to get
sad
the dark
because you
tone.
expect better from.
You want better.
The studio.
This movie isn't. It's not its own movie. It's just a reaction to Man of Steel. It's like they're just trying to not be Man of Steel so hard that it can't be its own movie.
We are avoiding the elephant in the room, and I think that's because everyone's already talked about this to death, but we haven't, so we should talk about this.
The Caller?
Is lackadaisically. We can talk about the Caller too, but he is lackadaisically getting ready. He's putting his boots on. There's like Lois Lane. He's holding hands, and then in the background is a giant kaiju attacking the city, and he's just
giant like ball of light or something.
And he's just slowly getting dressed. Right? It looks like Brainiac. It better be Brainiac. That would be really cool to finally see Brainiac on the big screen. But like, what is he doing? Where is the sense of urgency? There is already too much going on in this movie, right?
Well, he can get there
but
quickly.
I grew up with Christopher Reeves, where he was looking for a telephone booth, and then boom, off to save the day. And then this guy's over here just smoking a cigarette, casually lacing up his gay ass boots. I don't.
There were no phone booths in 1979 because if you watch that movie, he's looking for a phone booth, and he can only find a small one. So that was a cool little joke in the late 70s. That's such a great movie. I mean, I think if Gene Hackman just shaved his head, that'd be perfect.
That son of a bitch. The final thoughts on the movie and the trailer itself.
I mean, I think once we get like a more official trailer, I think I'll have like a better idea what this movie's going to be. But like, it was a teaser, so
And a teaser it did. It teased a lot.
I like the scene where he saves the little girl. That was really well done.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought the kid like holding up the flag and it's like Superman. That was a little hokey. Like James Gunn is really heavy-handed and like, I guess what's the word? Cringy with pathos or trying to get heartforth messages. It's just sort of like.
He can't do heartfelt.
It doesn't feel genuine, yeah.
No. I mean, like, James Gunn has already done a Superman movie. It was called Brightburn, and it was about an evil, prepubescent Clark Kent. And so after watching that movie, I'm very cautious and hesitant to see what James Gunn is going to do with the actual Superman. Matt or Spencer, who wants to? What final thoughts?
I'm just frustrated because DC has been doing a lot of good lately, and this is taking a step or two backwards, I feel.
Well, we got
to watch this.
It's like everyone loved Penguin. Yeah, everyone loved
the Penguin.
But
Peacemaker.
I think we just found out.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that was Gunn.
I'm with you.
That's Suicide Squad.
That's still DC.
People are thinking.
People
are seeming to be saying that Reeves and Gunn might be kind of like button heads because they literally announced a Clayface movie, I think, this week, and everyone thought Clayface would be in Batman Part 2. So I'm wondering if like that was sort of like a middle finger to Reeves for using that character or want to use that character. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it's just
we're already using that character, aren't we?
Well, he's gonna be in Creature Commandos apparently.
He is. He is in Creature Commandos. We've met him in the first 3 episodes.
Oh, I missed that. Then.
Yeah, he's the good-looking actor guy. He's the super dramatic, over the top. Who's like super good-looking. Like relatively to their standards. Are we watching the same show? Creature
Commando? I don't remember anything Clayface related.
Oh, you know what? I watched the Suicide Squad on
anime?
HBO Max. Yeah, the anime version, and that's what I'm thinking of.
Screw that.
Shit, my bad. That's what I'm thinking of.
You have not seen Creature Commandos at all?
Not terrible. No, I have seen Creature Commando. I was just getting my. I just watched them back to back, so it's all a giant blur.
Yeah, I mean, the first episode was just like pretty meh. It was just set up.
I liked how they explained why they're using Creature Commandos, right? There's a new bill that's passed, and that shitty-ass Congress said we can't use human beings to fight these missions anymore. And then Amanda Waller's like, did you say human beings? These aren't humans. Even though I'd like to argue the Bride of Frankenstein, still a human, right? She's made up of human parts. Yeah. She's still human.
Well, apparently, what's the mermaid chick's name? Nina, whatever. I think she's just called the mermaid in the comic. I don't know why they had like colored by her actual name in this, but apparently she is human.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's like I don't know. I think it was like weird. It was in the second episode. Like you're the only human in the team, which made no sense. A lot of this show doesn't make sense. Just the Sons of Themyscira, basically just I won't say allegory, but basically just like a bunch of misogynists.
Incel neckbeards. I love that they're not sure that Themyscira exists. Like that's my favorite part. Is like
they take orders from a woman. So yeah, that makes a lot. I mean, you can make the argument that she's hypnotizing them or something, I guess. But I don't think they'll acknowledge. I don't think Gunn was clever enough to put that in there. I just think he wanted to do like a joke. Hey, the Sons of Themyscira. That's funny because Themyscira is only women.
Right.
So he went for the joke, and but he didn't think about the logic behind the joke.
He's like, hey, I heard they have the best waterfalls, and the waterfalls should be open up to all sexes. Men should be able to enjoy the best waterfalls in the world too. Dumb. Yeah. Like it's trying to be The Boys season 4, and you're doing a bad job at it.
Yeah. It's yeah, but I mean, and Cersei being like the main villain in this it's frustrating because this apparently does take place in the same universe as the upcoming Superman movie, and they should have saved Cersei for an actual Wonder Woman movie and not put her. Yeah, so it's just like, why couldn't he just like have created a villain for the Creature Command? Which I guess that's what the Nina chick is.
Heaven forbid anyone in Hollywood creates new IP or content or characters.
Well, that whole weird butterfly thing from Peacemaker was just made for the show. So, like, why do you have to like take a popular villain?
So he can do it. That's a good point.
That villain didn't even work for Peacemaker. You know, that was just like a random villain for that kid. They didn't really fit that character. But he did it anyway. But, you know. So anyway.
I did not have an emotional connection to the Bride of Frankenstein, so I did not give a shit about her backstory or her origin story.
Well, she's basically just Gamora all over again, but she's Frankenstein.
Well, yeah, right. Just new IP.
And the mermaid chick is just Mantis again. He can only write 2 kinds of female characters, like tough, unlikable, badass, or just meek and innocent,
goofy, lovable, innocent.
Probably, yeah. So he only write those 2.
But the Tin Man, GI Robot.
That was a great episode.
Love for killing Nazis. Are we killing Nazis now?
That's like one of those things that's not going to be controversial.
I loved that so fucking much. And in the end, with Rick Flag Sr. or whatever, and G.I. Robot's like, are these guys Nazis? And then like Rick Flag lies. He's like, yes, they're all Nazis. And then
that was great.
G.I. Robot goes ham. It's so great. That was the equivalent. Very enjoyable episode.
That was the equivalent of Cap saying Hulk smash in the Avengers.
Yes. Yes.
That was his. But I was sort of just like I wasn't expecting him to take him to like a Nazi rally. I thought it was just going to be like a I don't know, just like a militia, like an ultra nationalist militia.
Right.
But like they literally were like American Nazis.
They were American
so it was
Nazis.
Like, so the guy who bought him, knowing that he was designed to kill Nazis, taking him to a Nazi rally.
That didn't make
any sense. What do you think was good? Yeah, but it's just like James Gunn just thinks about the joke. He doesn't think about the logic behind it, and that's because
he doesn't think. Is that insulting to the audience? Like, does he think the audience is going to laugh at the joke and not care?
I think he just doesn't care. He just think it's funny, and
Yeah, he's too busy having. I was going to say threesomes, but that was Taika Waititi. Talk about directors and writers who only care about the joke. I think Taika Waititi is probably the king of that, at least in this present day and age. But they had David Harbour as Frankenstein. Do you wish Frankenstein was on the actual cast instead of Bride of Frankenstein?
I mean, I think like the original comic, it wasn't like the actual Frankenstein from the book like this is. It was like just a soldier who'd been like stitched together like Frankenstein. So I mean, I kind of wish like this team kind of only works like in a World War II setting, because that's like what it was made for, like the weird war tales that DC had. So like to put them, they're basically just like Suicide Squad all over again. So, like it just feels redundant. If they actually set this in World War II, I'd probably have been more interested. But it's just kind of like rehashing Suicide Squad again, and I'm just kind of like.
It's 100%. Yeah. I mean, there's even a point where
Suicide Squad itself was just a rehash of Guardians in a lot, just team of criminals,
misfits
working together.
Yeah. Criminal misfits.
So
a group of lovable criminal misfits.
Setting this in present day.
We're the bad guys.
Like,
that was just Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad. Big difference.
So I mean, I guess if you want me to spoil episode 4 a little bit, we saw Weasel's backstory.
I was just gonna bring up how Weasel, played by Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother, is probably, Sean Pew Pew, is probably the biggest grift in Hollywood.
You think about Ron Howard's brother. Ron Howard's brother has been in every single one of his movies. Like he wouldn't have been in Solo, a Star Wars story, if his brother wasn't directing it. Although he just had a cameo though. I mean, but like James Gunn's like giving his brother like an actual large role. Yeah. So
casting his wife and stuff. Yeah, to be fair, she was great in Peacemaker. So I don't know if that's favoritism or meritocracy.
Well, Steven Spielberg's wife was in Temple of Doom, I think. So like director's been doing it forever. I think Brian De Palma's wife was like in 6 of his movies, like as the main female lead.
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, like you name a famous director, probably someone they've slept with has been in the movie, like as like a main role. I probably think a lot about it.
Up until Harvey Weinstein got found out and the #MeToo movement. Am I right, Forrest?
Literally any movie Harvey Weinstein produced, the actress in that movie was harassed by him. Or worse, much worse.
And probably men too, right? Shout out to Terry Crews, God bless him. He took a lot of shit for coming public with his sexual essay.
Well, it's funny. Like I think, like you remember the guy who played Shakespeare in Shakespeare in Love? I think he like refused to work with Weinstein after that movie, and then he just didn't do anything for like 15 years after that. So like I think Weinstein kind of buried his career. I don't know if like he stopped working with Weinstein because Ray Fiennes' younger brother.
Oh, so Joseph Fiennes. Okay.
Yeah, Joseph Fiennes.
Phineas
Fiennes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he was like, I think when like the Weinstein scandal came out, he was like probably just like told you.
Right. Oh, I mean,
although he was gonna play Michael Jackson. He was gonna play Michael Jackson in some TV show, and then like just the blowback from the trailer, they had to cancel that episode.
Oh,
so he's
didn't get a lot of laughs.
He was gonna play like the white Michael Jackson in like a weird episode about like him taking a road trip with Marlon Brando and Elizabeth Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Sounds
That's
like
I'm derailing.
That's Marvel. What if?
Yeah, like, what if Michael Jackson was Moon Knight? I don't know. Because of the moonwalk.
You know, dude, that's clever. We're so close. We're 3-4 years away from AI just being like, all right, I'll make that happen. It's like, hello, ChatGPT, like, create an episode of Moon Knight for me, but have it star Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, yeah.
Can you imagine with that hat and he's just moonwalking and as he's beating up all these Egyptian gods?
I saw an article today talking about AI is getting more and more derivative. The more AI art that's out there, when AI is beginning to be asked to produce art, it's actually starting to pull in AI art. So like it's getting worse and worse as it gets more and more watered down and diluted.
As it evolves, it's getting shittier.
I don't know. I'm
just like humanity.
Just like humanity.
How about that for
Bazinga? I haven't
cynicism for you.
Thought about this out loud, but I've had this thought once before. What do you guys think? What if there was like some kind of law that all AI images had to have fucked up hands? Right? That would just be the easiest way to figure out.
Most of them just have fucked up faces, from what I've seen.
Yeah, but that's
like,
also
can't even
like
a human face.
Yeah, that's also like a bunch of people at Walmart too.
And then Picasso's just like, am I
just
joking?
Get back from Walmart, so calm down. So everyone's face is fucked up. I mean, geez, have you seen P. Diddy's?
So is Bride of Frankenstein.
Getting back on topic. Look at this guy getting back on topic.
What do you think about James Gunn? What do you think about James Gunn or James Pew Pew having the first scene of necrophilia in the DCU?
Yes, Dr. Frankenstein fucked the bride of Frankenstein's wife.
Which, if you watch like the Kenneth Branagh movie, basically his wife gets killed, I think by Frankenstein, but I think he stitches her back together so she could be the bride of Frankenstein, but I think she recognizes Victor, so he still loves her even though she's a Frankenstein monster too. So that wasn't completely out of left field, but it was just kind of like he didn't have to go there. They could have just like kissed, but the whole
they didn't have to show it. Yeah, you didn't have to show it.
Yeah. So this is really just James Gunn's raunchiness, irreverent, what's the word? Snarky. It just doesn't really fit for the whole entire DCU.
Doesn't fit for Superman. That's the thing, is Superman and James Pew Pew's personality, they're the antithesis of each other. They are so antithetical that I'm not. That's why I'm so hesitant about the Superman movie.
Yeah, like James Gunn would have been perfect adapting The Boys.
Yes.
But even we got a good show, at least the first 2 seasons with or I'd say 3 with whatever his name is, Eric Kripke.
Yeah.
But if James Gunn had gotten control, allowed to adapt The Boys, holy shit, he just would have been stopping him.
Oh, and James Gunn could have been as weird and as kinky as he wanted to be. Yeah, that show would have benefited from.
Dude, imagine James Gunn's Hero-gasm.
Hero-gasm on The Boys sucked. And overall it sucked. And then secondly,
nothing compared to the comics.
Nothing compared to the comics. The cruise ship in the comics was amazing. And then third, I still sometimes wake up in the middle of the night sweating nightmares from the mental image of that guy sneezing and blowing up his boyfriend from inside his.
Oh yeah! Oh god! Yeah.
No, dude, that stuck with me, man. That was like there needs to be warning zone on. There needs to be there's like a R, there's like an MA, and there needs to be another rating. It's like, hey, this is gonna stay with you probably forever, right?
A WTF rating.
Yes, a WTF.
This film is rated WTF because you
are NC-17.
James Gunn would have found a way to beat it. Yeah, and this is the guy who's doing a wholesome Superman movie. Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, I don't believe it.
We never talked about Nathan Fillion's really bad haircut in the trailer.
No, we did
not.
But
that's so James Gunn that he kept in Guy Gardner's. What is it? What's the bowl haircut called?
Yeah.
Is it just called bowl haircut?
It's just the bowl haircut. Yeah.
You just put a bowl over someone's head and just do the clippers around. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you want to talk about this?
They're going with that.
What about Alan Tudyk? Oh, you want to talk about disappointment? What about Alan Tudyk as Dr. Phosphorus? I was hoping for a lot more.
He's barely had 3 lines in the entire show.
I was hoping for a lot more from him. And when he does talk, he's just making burn puns.
Yeah. I think they'll probably do next week's going to be a Frankenstein flashback, which is dumb because we've already had sort of a Frankenstein flashback already, but I am sort of interested in what his backstory is going to be, Dr. Phosphorus, because I think like he's like a Batman villain.
Oh,
if I remember that correctly. But he was also in.
I'm waiting for the podcast to get sponsored by HBO Max. So
yeah, come on HBO, we'll do it.
Yeah. You know what I watched? I lost Disney Plus, so I've just been watching HBO Max stuff a lot more, and I started watching Aqua Teen Hunger Force again, and I just completely forgot how stupid that show is. I mean,
shut your
mouth.
It's like
that
really
is the best
weird.
show ever made.
Yeah, but it's just like really weird and dumb. I mean, it's not as
You're
bad
really
as
weird and dumb.
You
for it.
loved Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did.
That
But
was
now
our
I'm
style
just
of
like,
humor.
I
Now
could feel myself getting dumber by
just
watching
getting
it.
creepy. Yeah, no, it's really hard to go back and watch the originals.
They have some great cameos.
You know what lives
Danzig.
up to it though? Robot Chicken. Robot Chicken is still a genius.
It's still
show.
going.
Oh yeah, that's actually a pretty clever.
No,
show
it's not
sometimes.
still
Like,
going, but it's like
there
it
was,
holds
like-
up if you go back and watch it.
There was one
It's
segment where it showed like the construction of the booby trap from Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. So let's put a giant rock here, and we'll put some darts in here when they step here. And it's like, well, how are we going to like get back if we're setting this up? He's like, oh, don't worry about it. We'll dig a tunnel underneath. But yeah, they just kind of just go over every facet of the booby traps in the Raiders of the Lost Ark movie. And it's
They
really
do
clever.
everything. They even talk about Star Wars, and there's no railings on the Death Star.
Oh yeah, the giant escalator.
So Robot Chicken's so great.
Yeah.
Try to wrap back into Creature Commandos. Do you know there's a character just called Incel Son? That's like the name of his
credits?
character.
Okay.
He was in episodes 1 and 2.
Oh yeah.
And he's played by Tony Cavallero, which you might know as the mullet guy from the other HBO show, The Gemstones, Rhinestones.
Oh, okay.
Righteous
The
Gemstones.
Righteous Gemstones.
The Righteous
Yeah, I haven't seen
Gemstones.
that.
Yes. So no, you need to watch that. If you're cruising on HBO,
I started to watch the first episode. I couldn't get into it. Just wasn't that funny to me.
I mean, like, yeah, it's Danny McBride 101, right? It's just
It's like he's Kenny
Kevin-
Powers, but
it's
he's like a
Kenny- yes.
preacher now.
I was like, it's Kevin Powers. I was like,
Exactly.
Kevin Powers isn't the right name. It's Kenny Powers. It's Kenny Powers, but he's a preacher now. But
And,
John
like, Vice
Goodman,
Principals-
God bless him, he's
Vice
still
Principals
alive.
was
and-
literally Vice Principals was like the exact same thing as Eastbound Down. He's like a teacher again.
What is going on with HBO? Do they just have these actors on contract and like they can't leave HBO?
Apparently. I mean, why
Or
would you
is-
want to?
Well,
Like,
for Danny
everyone.
McBride, the HBO is like one of the only places he can be as raunchy as he wants,
Mm-hmm. That's true.
and like they're not gonna censor him, you know.
Well, it's not even like a contest. HBO is like the best of the I guess the premium cable channels, like Showtime.
Of all cable, it's the best.
I mean, Showtime, Cinemax, and was it Stars can't even like hold a candle to HBO.
Nothing,
It's
right?
like,
Yeah, I mean,
like
so
that's
the
why
first-
Showtime's doing like a prequel and sequel to Dexter because they have nothing else
Nothing.
that people
Yeah.
want to
Dexter's
watch.
pretty good. I will say, Spartacus.
Original Sin.
Spartacus from
That was-
Stars is
Looks
great.
so stupid. It looks so stupid.
What, Spartacus or
Original Sin. I loved Dexter. It kind of wore off in
Really,
the
like,
final few
Dexter's-
seasons.
Yeah, Dexter. The first 4 seasons are amazing. The last
Yep.
4 are just like redundant and like
They should have ended when they killed what's her name.
Rita.
Yep, and that would have been a great way to end the series.
Seven's a little bit better. 8's like unwatchable. I couldn't even finish season 8.
Yeah,
and I
and
heard
there's
the ending was
actually-
terrible.
There's like a season where he got away, like that from like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was New Blood, I think. That was good
New
until the
Blood.
last episode.
I got 2 episodes in. I was like, can't do it.
No,
and then-
I liked it up until the last episode, but then like they fucked up the ending again, so they had to bring it back. So hopefully
Yeah,
Resurrection will be better. But yeah, Original Sin is just like
It just looks
trash
so
bag.
bad. It looks bad. Like we have another idea. Let's go back to
It- it has
Dexter.
Christians-
Even if they stick to the Dexter lore, I mean, all of the entire series is the character's like character growth, right? But like for leading up to that, he was kind of one dimensional,
But
you know,
there's-
awkward,
there's
weird
no-
serial killer dude. So like, how are you gonna?
But there's
How are you
no
gonna go
true
back to that?
suspense. There's no true suspense because you already know that he
Mhm.
grows up and he's going to be a blood
Yep.
spatter analyst
Well, I mean-
in Miami. Like he's never going to get caught in this series.
That's
Like, I don't
sort
know
of
how much you
yeah,
can
but
build
it's
up.
like it's sort of like you know, Snake Eater's a prequel. We know how that's going to end, but that's like still like one of the best video games ever.
So
I think it's just like it's not like it's like knowing the ending doesn't ruin it for me. It's like I do think there's an interesting story that can be told in this timeline.
It depends
on
what story is being told.
So that doesn't ruin it for me. So
I think it depends.
So like prequel, I think live prequels are really good because of that reason.
Look at the Star Wars prequels.
I was not going to bring that up. I brought up Snake Eater. I think most people like that's like the best prequel ever. And also, what Godfather Part 2 is a pseudo prequel. I ever heard of a video game called Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah,
also prequel.
Yeah, I listened to a great podcast. This historian wrote a whole book talking about American history, but he framed it in reference to Red Dead Redemption. Very fascinating. Let me ask you this: if we can do a little round table real fast, and then we'll try to see where we're at. What if Dexter was your son? Would you phosphor this murderous appetite into only killing bad guys, or are you snitching on your kid?
Are we in a scenario
yourself, you
that the dad was in where like it might have been his son that he had with an informant who got
Dexter's
murdered?
adopted,
That was his
right?
fault?
Yes, yeah. We are Dexter's dad. We are in Dexter's dad's shoes.
I don't know, probably not. It is very far fetched now to think about it. But like when I was like younger, I'm watching Dexter. I thought it was a cool, fucked up concept. But it's basically just Punisher. Yeah. But like
it is a cool fucked up concept. I'm not saying it's not a cool fucked up concept, right? Yeah. I mean, like for
it's something that works in shows, but not in real life. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you gotta like just.
It's that kid is like being institutionalized the second, yeah.
I mean, there was like one kid who killed someone who said Dexter inspired him. But
also, Dexter assumes that cops have feelings, which in reality we know is not true.
Nope. 1312.
So, I'll check it out. Is it on? I guess it's on Max. It's on Showtime, or is it Hulu? I guess
no, it's on Netflix. Netflix is
Paramount.
Paramount. Oh wow. The Paramount.
Are you talking about Dexter, or are you talking about Dexter prequel?
Dexter prequel is on Paramount, right?
Are there really any other good shows on Paramount? Like everyone loves Yellowstone, but it doesn't look interesting.
Have you heard of Halo? Halo season 1 and Halo season 2, fantastic shows. And I've got a great podcast I can recommend that covers every episode.
Tulsa King looks terrible. All the Yellowstone, I guess I won't say they're prequels. They're just like earlier timeline.
I heard Yellowstone's falling off.
The only reason why I have Paramount Plus is because I have Walmart Plus.
Yeah, me too.
So it's free with Walmart Plus.
Me too.
Not to promote Walmart Plus, but it's free. I pay nothing for it, and the only thing I ever watch on it is when the South Park specials come out. And
is there ever going to be a new South Park season?
Yeah, they're coming out. It's going to be next year. It's going to be another 4 to 6 episode season.
Wow.
It just needs to end at this point, unfortunately.
I like these special events that they're having. I'm okay with not having South Park for 2 or 3 years.
Like I'm not getting Paramount Plus. I'm sorry.
It's hilarious, and the callback to Lost Boys, the homage to it, was beyond hilarious.
Which one was this?
The Ozempic episode where they do like Wegovy and Ozempic
with Lizzo.
Lizzo
did. Yeah, they run out of Ozempic, so they have this other drug called Lizzo, and you just stop caring about how fat you are instead of actually losing the weight. Yeah. It's very funny. And
then their prime episode is fucking hilarious. I still haven't
seen the Panderverse episode yet.
It's so the Panderverse is such.
Just because I refuse to get Paramount Plus.
It's peak South Park. Well, you know what? You need to suck it up and get Walmart Plus because that's great.
Walmart Plus. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I get it for free through my Amex card. So maybe get a credit card and get free Walmart Plus, and that free Walmart Plus will get you free Paramount Plus.
Yeah, so in Creature Commandos, we got to bring up Rick Flag Sr. I don't think we've mentioned him at all, just because he's such a fascinating character. He's such a fascinating character. Not.
So apparently his son's dead.
Yeah, and he's only like, the actor's only like, 12 years older? I think he might be a little bit older, but he said like he's only 18 years older than his son. Like he had his son when he was 18.
Something like
that.
But
I think in real life, Frank Gorilla's like only like 16 years older than, what's his name, Joel Kinnaman. So why couldn't they just have made him 16? You know,
probably,
I mean, it's like 2 years. That's a nitpick, but it's just kind of just like.
I don't know, 18's legal, 16's not. Like, do you want all that blowback? I mean, think about Transformers.
He's about to have another kid out of wedlock. You know.
Think about Transformers, though, right? They in Transformers 3 or 4, whenever they had Mark Wahlberg and his a smoking hot underage daughter, right? That's why it's all in air quotes for people who aren't watching it.
I would never. Yeah, feed, I stopped after Dark of the Moon.
As you should have. But you know, there's like a 5-minute scene where he's like, actually, there's like this Romeo and Juliet law here in Texas, and that says like if we started dating when we were both minors and then one of us isn't a minor anymore, then it's still okay. And it's like,
I think Michael Bay's just like planning his own defense.
Gross, dude. Just make her 18, dude. Why? Is she 17? Just make her 18.
Bay is trying to justify when he dates a minor, and he probably.
Well, too old I want to make a bunch of jokes, as we should. Pedophiles are gross. PDF files. This YouTube language, so hard. I can't wait for free speech to come back. But I mean, Jerry Seinfeld.
All right.
No one talks about his 15-year-old girlfriend. We just don't mention that.
Hey, she was 17, I think.
Was she? Oh, she's 17. Allegedly, I apologize. Don't sue me or sue me.
Anthony
That'd be great for the podcast. Wait, what happened to Anthony Kiedis? Well, what did Hot Chili Peppers do? Oh no, Anthony.
He even wrote in his book. That how he hooked up with this girl in New Orleans and took her on tour, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, the cops are after you because my dad's the sheriff," and he's like, "Oh, so what's wrong?" She's like, "I'm 14."
No, that's disgusting.
He writes it in his book too. So.
Yeah, I mean, so Russell Brand wrote about hooking up with a 15-year-old, and that they tried to cancel him last year for that. Even though the book came out like 8 years ago.
The creator of like Ren and Stimpy was on Howard Stern, and he literally
all of Howard Stern's bad.
No, but like the creator of Ren and Stimpy like literally brought his like 15-year-old girlfriend and said on air she's underage.
And even though it's not PDF files there, Bill Belichick dating a 21-year-old cheerleader is kind of weird. Not gonna lie.
Right now?
Say that again.
Yes.
Say that again for the people at home.
The brand new coach of the UNCC
is dating a student. Okay.
Is dating. She's 22 now, I think. They've been dating for 2 years. The former coach of the Patriots.
I need another reason to hate Brad Belichick.
Wow. So Robert Hurst, the owner, or Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, came down to Florida, got an illegal hand job at a massage parlor, went back up.
Hey, that's fine.
It was
that's
like, hey,
fine to me.
Hey, Bill, you should check this out. This is pretty great. And then Bill's like, all right, I'll go down south. Bill gets halfway down, gets to UNCC, and then just starts dating a 20-year-old.
UNC Chapel Hill, sorry. UNCC is in Charlotte. UNC Chapel Hill.
Chapel Hill.
I thought he was the NC State coach now.
No, UNC Chapel Hill.
They have a football team?
Right? That's where Drake May's from.
I thought he was taking over the Wolfpack.
All right. As long as we're going super tangents for the rest of our lives here in this podcast, did you see the girl who accused the Duke players of raping her 25 years ago finally came out and admitted that she was lying? First off,
that was big.
I thought we already knew that she was lying. I thought we figured that out like a decade ago. But then second, like, why? Why would you come out and admit that?
Oh, what the Tar Heels. Okay.
Yeah. What? No, the Duke lacrosse players. What gun is to your head?
No. Like, Brad Belichick. I thought it was Wolfpack. I don't care.
Okay. Yeah, I don't care about the Wolfpack. But yeah, that's just wow. This is the news that's happening right now. It's
so as we devolve. Can I just say I apologize. I misunderstood the assignment for this week, and I watched Secret Level, which I highly suggest people watch.
Yes!
I didn't think I'd be into it. It is. I've got the first.
So good.
It's so good.
It's kind of like, did you like Love, Death, and Robots?
We'll cover it next week.
How about Love, Death, and Robots?
For video games.
Is video games.
I love it. And it's like, it's so good. Shout out to Forrest for the recommendation.
Yeah, Forrest.
I didn't recommend it. I haven't seen it.
What?
That was me.
Oh, shout out to Spencer.
I was the one.
I haven't seen it.
Wow.
7.7 IMDb. That's
only a 7.7?
Yeah.
We're used to watching stuff that
one rating has a 4.8. The Warhammer one has very good reviews.
Dude,
so
the Warhammer one's great. Dude, the reveal when they open up that, no, but it's got a young Titus, and I think Henry Cavill plays older Titus. But I'm not gonna spoil anything. But when they open up that coffin, holy shit, dude! The lore of Warhammer is so cool. And Amazon's going full. They've gone full send, right? You hear that, young kids? I said full send. What are you gonna do about it? They're doing the whole thing. I'm super excited about. Oh no, the Dungeons & Dragons episode was good. I like the Dungeons & Dragons episode.
Unreal Tournament says good reviews.
Warhammer
is the best.
Pac-Man has terrible reviews. The first 6 episodes. You know,
not so good. Armored Core. The Outer Worlds.
Watch it. Also, the
Mega Man, not good.
The Mega Man episode is good. It's just very short, but I think it's actually one of the best ones.
Concord was awful.
No, actually, so I watched Concord. Can we talk about this for a second? I watched the Concord one, and I was like, "Damn, did we miss out on a good?" I don't know if it's a good video game, but a good little mini web series.
I think
I thought it was. I thought the Concord episode was, good.
I think I'm gonna watch Warhammer and then just take your word that the other ones are decent.
No, watch Warhammer. Dragon Ball. Watch Warhammer, D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. Watch the Mega Man, and then watch the Concord. Watch those 4. It's less than an hour. You can you'll literally take enough shits next week that you'll be able to watch all of these before the next podcast.
Original Sin's getting some okay reviews. I might check it out. It's on Paramount. I'm not gonna watch Yellowstone and all 70 spinoffs or prequels, but.
Comment down below. What do you want us to watch next? Do you want us to keep doing Creature Commando? I don't think anyone else is really covering it.
I think What If just came out today.
Oh, they're doing 8 episodes of Christmas, right? They're doing 1 episode. They're dropping 1 episode a night.
Oh God! I was just hoping once a week.
We'll see you tomorrow for the recording. I'm kidding. We're not fucking doing that. It's the holiday spirit.
That's cruel. Yeah.
1 a day is gross and exhausting.
This is the final season. Yes. Okay, I'm in a better mood now.
Guys, we haven't even talked about Dune. No one's going to talk about Dune. I haven't even seen anyone talk about Dune. This HBO show.
Because it's not good.
Is it not good?
So I will say this.
I watched the first episode. I liked it.
It's okay, and it keeps me intrigued enough to keep watching it. But overall, I'm like, where's this going and what's happening?
I think you have a really strong knowledge of the Dune universe, which Matt has.
And I think the issue too is it's not really Frank Herbert's
sons
book. It's his sons, which there's a big divide in the community, and I am definitely on the Frank Herbert side, not the Brian Herbert side, because I think he's just trying to milk his dad's franchise. But the show itself is okay. The only thing I hate is that they never once say the word Butlerian Jihad.
No, they don't say jihad, and I remember that
because you can't
from
say
the first
jihad?
episode. You can't say jihad. It's too triggering.
They said Mahdi. They said Mahdi in the movie.
The war. It's like the machine war or something like the machine.
They call it the machine wars.
Yeah, it's like no, it's the Butlerian Jihad.
Oh, they're worried about offending people. That's
house.
They said Mahdi in the movie, and that's like the Islam Messiah. So how could they say that, but they can't say? I mean, I don't know. I guess less people know what Mahdi is and know what jihad. Everyone knows what jihad.
Everyone knows what a jihad is. I wonder why.
Like the Bene Gesserit is supposed to be based off of the Jewish,
those are Jewish words. That's Hebrew.
So.
Yeah, Jewish mysticism is the Bene Gesserit.
Yeah, mysticism. Yeah, it's like different parts are like based like Frank Herbert's world. Even though the books are very short, there's a lot of like background, and he did a lot of research, and it's really cool. And then his son just came out and started cranking out books, and it's like,
yeah.
But anyways, we can cover that next week as well. Let us know what you want us to cover. Yay.
Yeah.
I might watch the next What If. They're like,
we could probably pick.
It'd be too terrible.
What'll probably happen
at least we have the problem.
Oh yeah, we have the problem of having too much shows. Yeah.
And I feel like in the last few months we've had nothing really to watch, so I guess it's a good time to be a nerd once again.
Well, Skeleton Crew's like going on right now. Like no one is.
Ooh, don't talk about that.
Not good. Yeah, it just seemed awful from the get go.
Wait, is it not good? Everyone came out and said I haven't seen it, but
I refuse to watch Disney Star Wars. Nope.
But the feedback was like, I don't know if this is true. Now I have to do like some investigative journalism for the podcast. But everyone came out and said like the first 2 episodes were surprisingly excellent and the best since, I don't know.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, me too. So I'm wondering if that's Disney shills. I wonder if they're paying for that or if that's like a genuine reaction. Because it looks like Goonies in space. It looks like
that's
Goonies.
The Ryan Arey crowd.
That's your, what'd you say, the Ryan Arey crowd? That's the Rianne Johnson, Ryan Arey crowd?
So this is just like Red One, from what I've been hearing, is who's this actually made for? Because it's supposed to be like a kids' Goonies. They get kids to watch it, but there's some very violent scenes, and they don't introduce what's his name until like the end of episode 3, and there's only 6 episodes. There's a ton of stuff wrong with this.
Oh,
and
Jude Law.
Disney cannot do they cannot do Star Wars. Please, somebody take it away from them. Smack them on the hands. Tell them they did wrong. Spin it off. Give it back to us.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this question. This is how we're gonna end the podcast. I wanna start with Matt, but I wanna do a round table. You just asked for someone to take Star Wars off of Disney's hands, and there's only one billionaire who's going around and grabbing IP at the will of the people.
Oh God.
Would you rather have a Star Wars trilogy, the next trilogy? Would you rather have it be produced and directed by Disney or Elon Musk? And that's how we're going to end the podcast. We'll start with Spencer with his "Oh my God" statement. I think
you said Elon Musk.
Yeah. Would you rather have 3 more movies, another trilogy of Disney shitty Star Wars, or do you want to see what Elon can do with Star Wars? He's so fucking nerdy. You can hate him, but he's the top Diablo 4 player. He's probably gonna treat it with some kind of respect. Neither.
I don't know, dude. I want Star Wars to just kind of just die.
Go away.
Can we give it to George Lucas's wife?
Disney
ex-wife?
needs the old Yeller. Needs the old Yeller Star Wars.
Just take it out back, right?
Can we give Star Wars to the Gygax family? Because if we were to give it to Musk never actually invented anything in his life. He just keeps coming in at the early stages and buying people out and saying he invented things. So he would probably come in and be like,
contracts.
Star Wars. This is my Star Wars. I invented it. I am the founder of Star Wars. And I would just have to walk up and smack him if he did that.
He would write that into his contract somewhere.
Right? 100%. I'm the original founder of Star Wars.
George
Back
Hill?
when I had hair.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, shots fired. All right, Forrest, let's end with you. Another Disney trilogy, or would you like to see Elon Musk take a stab at Star Wars?
I mean, it can't be any worse than what what's his name? Just all of them.
Johnson. All of them.
Yeah.
Can we give it to Bezos? Because Amazon kind of does good things, but kind of
Oh
does
yeah. Rings of Power.
Elon Musk.
Rings of Power is great. Yeah, everyone loves Rings of Power. Yeah, let's give Bezos
like,
more IP.
Don't be such a Rings of Powder, Major.
Touche. I did like season 2. I did Shill there for season 2.
I would rather Bezos than Musk. That's what I would say. Even after they destroyed Robert Jordan, and the Wheel of Time,
season
and
2's
Rings of
good.
Power.
Come back for season 2, buddy. I know you haven't seen it. You
And
gotta
season
watch
3 is
season
going to be
2.
4 books for the books. 4 1,300-page books. We're going to do in 1 season of 8 episodes. Because that's doable.
Just forget the books. The books are gone. They don't exist. You just have to come into this TV show.
Sounds super doable. I don't know what you're talking about, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Just forget your childhood, Matt. Forget the hundreds of dollars.
5,000 pages. We're going to do it in 8 hours. Why?
Yeah.
I love you guys. But that's a great podcast. Yay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Creature Commandos for next week.
Yeah, Creature Commandos will probably
Do
sneak
4
in
and 5.
an
What If,
episode
maybe.
of What If. Yeah. We're also going to do a couple episodes of Secret Levels and probably 100 more tangents. Thank you so much
Hey, Major.
for watching. Yeah. Hey, Matt.
Plug those socials.
Oh, I'm going to plug those socials. You know I am. Guys, we are, hopefully you're watching us on YouTube. If not, check us out there. We are Zeitgeist Zealots. Also at Instagram on Zeitgeist Zealots. But X and TikTok, we're at Z Zealots Podcast. Our TikTok has slowly been rising up with zero effort. I've stopped posting because we were getting shadow banned because I'm so critical of the Chinese government. But it looks like because I've been distracted with other things, I've stopped talking about the Chinese government, and they're letting our videos slowly creep back into the algorithm. So that is cool. And our Instagram is always growing. Check out, we've got this great Batman clip about Batman and boobs. It's got almost 100,000 views. That went viral, so that's fun as well. And then comment down below. Let us know what you think about the video. We love you guys, and we want to hear from you.
All right. I'm Forrest.
Major.
Matt.
And I'm Spencer.
Thanks for listening.
Peace.
Till next week.
Yay, only slightly meandering this week.